So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a small interlocking sketchbook so that in addition to doing digital art, we can also learn traditional drawing and painting techniques. So to create this sketchbook, you're going to need 2 sheets of printer paper, you're going to need scissors, a ruler, and something to make a mark with. I'm using a pen so it will show up on the video. And to start, we're just going to fold our paper. So I'm going to work sheet by sheet, and I'm going to fold one page in half like a little booklet. And so here's the start of my sketchbook. So let's keep working on this page. Let's open up this piece of paper, and we're going to make a mark here on the crease. So you can see here's the crease of my paper. And I'm going to make a mark near the top and near the bottom of the crease. And I don't need any particular measurement, but I need it to be a consistent measurement. So I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm not so much using it to measure an inch or anything. I'm just going to use the width of it. So I'm going to line up this ruler really carefully along the edge. So although I don't have a particular measurement, I do want it to be precisely on the edge. And then I'm just going to make a mark on the crease for the width of my ruler. And I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. So I'm going to take my ruler and line it up precisely with the bottom of the page. And where the crease is, I'm going to make a mark. And what I mean by the crease, so right along this crease is where these marks are. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut from the mark to mark down the middle. Just to make that a little clearer, I'm going to highlight it for you. You do not have to highlight yours. This is just for demonstration purposes. So I've got this paper, and now I want to cut this almost like a donut or a hole. And a little trick, how do I get my scissors into this? I could stab, but just for the moment, I'm going to fold this the other way. Kind of the opposite of my book way. And do you see how that brings the middle up to me? So again, we're going to be using this like a booklet, but just to get to the middle, I'm going to fold it the other way. Now the middle has been pushed to the edge. I'm going to cut carefully along the crease right to my mark. And I can double check my work. I can open this up and make sure my cut is precise. And I am done with this page. So now I'm going to take the second sheet of paper. So I know we usually use binder paper this way, but we're making a little booklet. So I'm going to turn it landscape. I'm going to fold it in half. Line up the edge carefully and make a nice crease. I'm going to open it up, and I'm working now here on this crease, and I'm going to make 2 marks, and it's going to be the same as the other page. I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to line it up to the along the edge of the paper, because I need a consistent mark, but it doesn't have to be anything in particular. Most rulers are like an inch to an inch and a half wide anyway. So there's one mark. And now I want to do the same thing at the bottom. I'm going to take my ruler, line it exactly up with the edge of the paper, and then where it is on the crease, make a mark. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this page, but this time I'm going to cut from that mark to the edge of the paper. And again, I'm only highlighting it to sort of illustrate my lecture. You don't have to highlight it. I just am trying to be a little clearer. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut from the edge to the mark. So I've got this little booklet, and it's cut at the edges. Now, I'm just going to take one page, and I'm going to fold this down and kind of lightly crease it. So here's my 2-page little booklet, but one page I've made shorter. I'm going to take this short page, and I'm actually going to now weave it into this page. And what I mean is, watch this, I'm going to put this on top, and I've got this hole, so I'm going to take this short page and I'm going to weave it through the hole. See that? Like a key going into a lock. And I'm going to reach underneath and pull this page through. And when the two creases meet, it's going to lock into place. And behind here is that piece. I can flatten it out. Close my book, and I've now made an interlocking sketchbook without needing to use any glue or staples, and so it holds itself together. Let's go ahead and label the pages for us. So just like a real book, this will be our cover, and then I'm going to open the book, and this is the back cover, so this will be page 1. Page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, and then the back of the book. And so what we've done is we've created an interlocking notebook. All right, good luck.